All right, since we're talking about this and Marvel, here is a great example of people being turned off and they don't even come back for good things now. X-Men 97, I find to be the biggest proof of brand damage for them because this show is legit and nobody cares.
I still haven't even watched it. I need to.
I just assumed it would be
it's-
bad.
That's the problem.
It's not. It's
Well,
good.
this is
The
the
animation takes a minute to get used to because the animation is my biggest complaint with that show because the animation is fucking awful, but the story it's basically a greatest hits of the comics.
Okay, that's kind of
It's weird too that the animation's so bad because I thought they outsourced it to a Korean company.
They did. I think
But
it's the
then-
same. I was told it's the same studio that made the Spy Family anime.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense. So they told him, like, we're going to give you the bare minimum. You give us the bare minimum. Like, why? Why would you outsource it to such an incredible studio and then squander the visuals? But I hear that the fight scenes are pretty good.
The fight scenes are good. I mean,
Yeah.
he took a bunch of storylines and made a season out of it. Inferno, Storm and Forge, and her getting her powers back. New X-Men with Genosha, Fatal Attractions, some Mojo stuff. Like he's just mishmashed all kinds of storylines and somehow made like a really great season. That's why I call it like a greatest hits of the comics.
Well, it feels
And they
like
even
Disney-
managed. The coolest things is like some of the fan service in this is done really well. Like the making the classic costumes, the new costumes was pretty cool. Or they go and put on all of their '80s outfits. Mark, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a pretty cool moment.
I gotta watch it. This is the thing for me. Is
Yeah.
it now comes to a point for me where it's like I'll wait and see what some people out there start saying about it, and if they're if the people that I trust when it comes to entertainment say that it's okay or it's good, I might give it a chance. But that's where I'm at now. It's
like in the last
only
episode,
time I
he
don't-
rips.
This has got great word of mouth. I mean, it's undoubtedly, from people that we trust, So I know that it's good. I don't doubt that at all. It's just that they've just lost the confidence of the people as far as like who's going to pay for that, and that's what they're going by.
I'm one of those. Like, I won't pay for anything Disney anymore because they've burned through that goodwill, and I don't want to go to the high seas for it because I think that, if I like something, I want to be able to support the people who made it, but I just won't support anything with a Disney tag anymore.
That's fair enough too.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't support him either. I watched it through.
Yeah, you got those.
So I suppose I'm part of the problem with the ratings.
And I was just going to say, I don't think you're wrong with that. I don't think you're wrong about this whole thing. Part of it is self-sabotage on Disney's part. They put Bo DeMayo out there going, yeah, I'm a black gay guy, and they wanted me to put that in the X-Men. That was strike number one. Strike number two was turning around and firing him the way they did. Because then it made everybody
we still
wonder,
don't
well, what the hell did he...
know.
Yeah, they made everybody wonder, well, what the hell is this guy's deal? Is he a diddler? Is he this? Is he that? Because it's got to be pretty bad for Disney to shit can a black gay dude. Everybody's going off and on about what it could be. And their only excuse to this point is that he's been difficult to deal with. Well, if that's the case, and what we're seeing on screen and going off of what he said about Witcher, sounds like to me that he just didn't want to gay it up as much as they wanted him to.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tom. I think
this is
he
why
wanted to stay true to the show. I think he wanted it to stay true.
And
to
I just want to finish up
fans.
with just saying, like, and this is where I say about like the whole apes thing I was talking to you about earlier today and other things is like, look, we got to be careful sometimes when we jump on these stupid things because things like that influence other people. They hear things like that and they instantly want to not watch something. I noticed the same thing with the Elon Musk thing about apes too. And I had to clarify, I'm like, look, there's nothing in the movie that supports that. The only reason they're saying that is because the guy who plays him kind of looks like him. That's the only reason they bring it up. And then they ask him about it. He's like, oh, yeah, well, I studied all kinds of charismatic speakers. And that's all he said about it. And nothing else about it has anything to do with Elon Musk. They ran with it like it was a fucking headline to like a boom. And then everybody in my comments underneath is like, well, I'm not going to go see this now.
This show,
so, like, we got to be careful sometimes.
This show and One Piece have held me down to the point where, like, I was thinking the other day, like, I've got to be better because, like, this show, I totally thought this was going to be shit, and I was shitting on it before it came out, and you know, like I was totally wrong on this show, totally wrong on One Piece, and you know, maybe we gotta. I think a lot of us have to pull it back a little bit and
A
wait and
very
see.
smart
And it is
man
hard.
told me once you should wait till you see something before you
It's
comment
difficult.
on it.
You know what's difficult
Because,
about
well, there's
that
a lot of
too is
shit.
that they're
It's hard.
notorious for the bait and switch as well, though, Flash.
Yes.
Because you know you might have gotten a good solid season here, but what are they going to do next season? You know, this is what they've been showing us. You know what I mean? It's like you
But
get
it's
on
also-
board. You know, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say it's also hard too because of how they promote it usually. There's also that element to it as well. Like they come out and say stupid things. It's kind of like, I think the best example of that was Ewan McGregor with that Birds of Prey movie. He came out and said like that it's going to go up against the patriarchy, blah, 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 that sort of shit. And apparently
Oh, DeMeo didn't say that.
No, Ewan McGregor.
Oh, Ewan McGregor. Yeah,
When
yeah,
it
yeah,
came
yeah.
to
Yeah, but Ewan
Birds
was
of
right.
Prey. But apparently when people went and watched it, they were like, I didn't see really any of that.
There was
So
none
it's
of
like
that.
sometimes it's
Oh,
the
the movie was a
promotion that
piece
they
of-
put out. My point is sometimes it's the promotion that they put out that then makes us go, well, yeah, the last 20 things that I've watched have been like that. So why wouldn't this be like that? And then we go out and we do our videos and we say our shit
So-
about it. I get that we might have to pull it back and be a little
I
bit better,
think-
but sometimes it's
Are you
hard
saying
when they're
that Birds
doing
of
it
Prey
like-
didn't treat every man like shit?
It did. No, he was
I was
totally
gonna
right
say,
on there.
Yeah.
But the
Oh.
thing of it is I think a lot of these people, these actors and shit now are doing this shit because they think it'll help it because they're stupid. All these actors are dumb. And
Yeah.
I think they think that they go out here and they say, oh, well, you know, it's going to be like this or that, or it's really talking about the MAGA crowd. And I think they're just doing that because they're trying to boost their own like stock with the like, you know, like the left-wing media and shit. All
Well,
of
you're
them are
implying that they
morons.
actually have some control over it. A lot of those people are fed that stuff. They have to say it. They have to toe the line, no matter how they might feel about it. You know,
Yeah.
most of the time when you hear these celebrities talking about their political views, it's nothing of the sort. That what they're doing is echoing what the executives want them to say.
Yeah.
You know, we're in an election year. You can't afford to have too many different you know, points of view and opinions and stuff. Everyone has got to be on that straight path. So, you know, if they tell you to
Look what's
dump on
happening to
Trump,
The
then you're
Rock.
going to dump on Trump.
The
exactly.
Rock's getting his due.
Well,
Yeah.
true,
You know,
but it's a
that-
good
that-
example.
I'll be right
though.
back. I'll be
You're
right back.
100% right, Mark. That's why I think everybody assumes that with the guy that created this X-Men 97 got fired, got thrown out the door. Something went
Yeah.
wrong there. Something went really
Yeah.
wrong there. They he didn't want to do what they wanted him to do.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
a few weeks of maybe a month ago or so, we had Dean Cain on here. And since then, he's found himself in the crosshairs because he was talking about the America only has one national anthem, you know, and everybody wanted to dump on him and stuff like that. Like, you can't prosper as an actor these days saying stuff like that. You know,
Yep.
you get so-called blacklisted so fast, canceled. And I don't understand why this is such an alien concept that people, like different people, would have different points of view.
Mm.
It's a natural thing. What's unnatural is that everybody in Hollywood seems to think the same way. You know,
Yeah,
you talk about a Twilight
they
Zone.
think that everybody should think the same way they do as well. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's so narrow-minded. This is where democracy dies. Or this is how democracy dies. Because the whole purpose or the whole point of democracy is that you're going to have people that are different. They think differently. They see things differently.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, it's
with the-
scary.
It is.
Mhm.
With this, are they doing a season 2, X-Men 97? Like, are they?
Oh yeah,
gonna-
it's already in production. It's
Okay.
just
See, this is
DeMeo's
the
no
thing,
longer there to
everybody's-
run the
that's
show. They're using his
exactly right.
scripts though, as far as we know.
Well, you never know. They've probably changed them by now. This is the thing. The bait and switch might come in the second season.
Well, Script Doctor said they were already doing voiceover work and stuff, so maybe they can still change it, but it takes
back.
so long to do these, it's hard to say.